This episode was co-produced with the Swiss Entrepreneurs Foundation, a non-profit organization which aims to support startups and promote the Swiss ecosystem capable of commercializing innovative technologies. Over the next few weeks, we will be releasing a total of 6 bonus episodes. These episodes will focus on the Swiss Entrepreneurs Foundation's Upscaler program, designed to help rapidly growing startups, as well as on the SWESA, the Swiss Entrepreneurs and Startup Association, which represents all companies and institutions that want to further optimize the economic policy framework in Switzerland. To find out more about the Swiss Entrepreneurs Foundation, visit swissef.ch. And now, on with the show.
I would like to be able to build something meaningful that brings value to people.
Welcome to the Swisspreneur Show, a podcast about startup stories and hands-on learnings from experienced entrepreneurs. Here's your host, Sylvan.
Roxana, a warm welcome to the Swisspreneur Show. It's a pleasure to have you here today.
Hi, Sylvan. Thank you very much. It's also a pleasure for being here, and thank you very much for having me.
So, Roxana, you are the co-founder and CPO at Pixel Vision, a Swiss-based company that offers trusted digital identity verification and also customer onboarding solutions.
So yes, correct. I'm the CPO and co-founder at Pixel Vision. We founded this company like 3 years ago. It was a very fortunate occasion for all of us to start a company. So I was at a point where I felt like I would like to be able to build something meaningful that brings value to people. And chance was there, and we decided to take it. So it was a really, I would say, a very important step in my life. Was a big risk to go this way, but I'm very happy that I did that.
Awesome. You talked about the chance that you had. So what is the exact specific problem that you actually solve with Pixel Vision?
Currently, so our goal is that we would like to enable people, to enable trust in a digital world. So in how people interact with each other, and this, having said that, it's really focused on a digital world. We offer services and products where can be used in different use cases. One of them being checking the identity of people, for example, when you do onboarding, or when you want to close a contract, or if you would like to take it even further, you can, whenever you need to check or to prove that you are who you are, you can make use of our products. And this is really our vision, to build trust in this world.
And your team already has an experience of working together from past work experience at Dakuda, for example. So what experience does your team actually bring to the table? Why are you the right team to actually execute and achieve the vision that you just described?
Yeah. When I mentioned that we had a great chance, it was also one of the reasons is because we actually worked together at Dakuda. All of us in various fields. So we knew each other, we worked together with each other. So we didn't start from zero. We didn't have zero unknown place where to start. So we had a boost already in the beginning. And having said that, I think the combination of the co-founders at Pixel is really great, because we complement each other a lot, also from our know-how and backgrounds, and also to personality, bringing to personalities. We were 5 co-founders, two of my colleagues are the male ones. This is how we are split right now. They are focusing on the business and on the business side and sales, and the tech part of the company is led by Nevena and myself, my colleagues, so the women, the girls, like we say it. And we have another colleague that actually helps us, Lucas, make things work.
Fantastic. And making things work, I'm sure that you have multiple milestones that you have recently achieved that you can share with us. So what comes to mind if you think about recent milestones?
The recent milestone. So one important is that we achieved in the beginning of the year is to actually have a investment, or the first investment round in the company of 4.6 million. We wanted to do this investment round so that we can actually speed up the development and keep up to date with the market. And it's a very competitive place, so we have to move very quickly in that direction. So we took the decision to do an investment round for that. Which was very beneficial, and we can already see the results that it's boosting up a lot. And then overall, I think a very important milestone was for us to prove that we have a track record in the market, and to prove that our products in general are solid. And I think we have achieved that quite good in the past years.
Fantastic. You mentioned the competition, that there is a lot of competition out there. So how does that look like, the competitive landscape on the market side? And also, how do you, as Pixel Vision, differentiate yourself from your competitors?
The competition looks fearless. It's really a very competitive field. There are a lot of providers out there that offer similar services and products. But having said that, I do feel very confident that what we offer is really on top of all the competition, together with others. And how we differentiate is, I think we put a big focus not only on the technology, which is very important, but also on the usability, and also so that we are able to offer this trust and the services to any person, any user out there, being our grandmothers, being very techy people. It does not matter. It has to be in the hands of every person that needs to get to prove this identity whenever they need to do that. So if you want to close a contract, you need to be able to do that in any situation. So we really emphasize a lot on the accuracy and the value of the data and of the identity that is being proven, in combination with the technology, which is really currently at a very early stage on some fields. So we are really diving into new waters there, and we have, I think we have developed quite good technology in order to automate and to speed up all these processes and to make it user-friendly.
I cannot emphasize the importance of the user-friendliness enough, because I tried to verify my identity like at the beginning of the year twice. It didn't work. It was just a nightmare. It didn't work with the latest software updates, and it was just crazy. And then I was really hoping, please go to Pixel Vision and solve this.
Let's hope wherever you try that, they will come to us.
I also hope so, because it was really a nightmare and not efficient at all. And that's really frustrating from a user perspective.
So the products and the services we use are meant really for ease of use, and are really meant to enable companies and businesses speed up their processes and really lower their costs. So an identity verification process might have taken a couple of days, if not, months, if you do it by paper and so previously, and now you should be able to do that in less than 1 minute with no big hassle. So that's really where we focus on.
And I can imagine there probably also used to be a lot of manual labor involved, right? In checking the identity and so on. So you also make that way more efficient for the companies, I imagine.
Yes, so that's why I brought up automation, because it's really, we do not offer services where we do this kind of checks manually so far. This is also another approach. It's not wrong. It's just there are some pros and cons to this approach as well. But we really focus on the automated part of it, and offering that through our technology and through the possibilities of doing this automatically.
Fantastic. And you know, Pixel Vision has also been awarded either as a company or you as individuals. I think you in Romania recently, or your co-founders at the EY Entrepreneur of the Year Award. But I'm sure that there are also challenges that you had to face and overcome. So what was the toughest challenge that you faced with Pixel Vision so far?
I was thinking about it a couple of days ago. I think so far, up until let's say mid of this year, or the biggest challenge was really to prove the benefits and the quality of our products. So to prove that it is market ready, that it has been quite an intense work, but I think we are there right now. So we are a little bit over this let's prove ourselves part. Having said that, there is always a challenge, always a challenge. And I think right now, the biggest challenge we have is really to, for the future, is to scale up, to stabilize, to grow this business. And this goes into the direction of why we also took part in the Upscaler program.
And I think that's the perfect transition. So you were part of the Upscaler program, which is organized by the Swiss Entrepreneur Foundation. And what would you say was the most valuable thing out of the Upscaler experience for you and your startup?
Before I go into some details there, I have to say that I really found this program very useful, extremely useful. It's not just a program where you learn some theory. For us, or at least from my point of view, it was really hands-on, really focused, giving us the overview and the feedback that maybe you lack, especially if you are in the middle of growing a business, keeping the business, looking into the future at the same time. So there are a lot of challenges there, and through this program, we really learned, focus on the important things, take action, do not postpone things that have to be done today, and has been really after every session I felt inspired and empowered.
Wonderful. And now talking about the outcomes, so what do you actually take away from it, from such a good program?
There has been, let's say after each session, we all got some kind of homeworks that we need to work on. That was already a very good point, because it pushed us to really do the things that we always knew we needed to do, but kind of never found time to do that. So it also really helped us define and better align what do we want to do and how do we want to do it in big lines. Of course, then it's up to us to find the proper ways, but the guidance there was really amazing.
And in Switzerland, we actually do have a lot of different initiatives and programs. Sometimes, at least from my perspective, even a bit too much, that might, be tempting to work on the next challenge and the next competition that you can win instead of really building the business. So my question is, why did you actually choose the Upscaler program and not anything else?
I think after winning the Swiss Economic Awards last year, we and also Michael, our colleague, knew already the people there in the program, so we knew that there are. We would really get a lot of value out of that. We trusted that, so, and it really proved out to be like that. So, very experienced people with very good feedback, very hands-on and practice, focused on practice and real life challenges that helped us overcome these problems.
Great. So you already talked a bit about the advantages of the program, and as part of the program, there are also experts involved. So I wonder, how was the collaboration and cooperation with these experts? How did you experience that?
Actually, I found it really nice, because for every session where we had specific topics that we wanted to address, there was an expert that was brought in, really giving us examples and brainstorming on that specific topic with the experience and the know-how behind. So this was really, I think, a very good approach. And it also adds diversity and it gave us a lot of feedback also from various fields.
Amazing. And you know, not every program is suitable for every company at every stage. So for which specific challenges or also stages would you actually recommend other startups to consider the Upscaler program?
From what we have experienced throughout this program, I think it's a really great program if you have challenges on defining your strategy, on thinking how to scale up or how to grow, or, you know, like really maybe focusing in a certain market. You really get the output out of that. I'm pretty sure that the Upscaler program can give a lot of advantages also on other areas, but I think also for us, these were the main topics that we discussed and were really great.
Now that you've actually gone through the Upscaler program yourself, is there anything that the program could improve or that was missing from your perspective?
So from my perspective, it was done really great. I don't have any points where I would say, oh my God, this has to be improved, because the meetings were very efficient. The breaks in between the sessions that you have are also very reasonable, in the sense that you get the time to actually do and work on the things that we discuss within the session. It's also super fun. We had sessions first hour going to burn, but we were all so much looking forward to it. So it's not only very useful, but was very fun and very rewarding.
Sounds like a really great program, honestly.
It is. I rarely see programs that work so well.
Fantastic.
We know interruptions are rude, so we'll make it quick. The more positive ratings we have, the more people we can reach. So if you want to hear more from the Swisspreneur team, give our show a rating on Apple Podcasts. It only takes a minute.
So now we talked about the past, where you come from, what you've done with Pixel Vision so far, but we of course are also curious to learn more about your future. So what have you planned for the future, and what can we expect from Pixel Vision over the next 12 months?
The main goal for us right now is, like I mentioned, we started building up and growing the business. So we are really looking into extending outside Switzerland as well. I think we have pretty good track record in Switzerland, and we have the name of Pixel Vision is quite known in the industry. But having said that, our goal is to prove that we can do that also in other markets and also outside Switzerland. So our goal for the next year would be directed into DACH, extending in the DACH area. Of course, with keeping possibilities open for other areas and other regions as well. And also to extend a little bit to other markets and use cases. So far we have focused a lot on providing these services of identity verification into onboarding cases, but this is not the only case, right? Because you need your identity in any situation. you need to prove your identity when you apply for a job, when you want to buy alcohol, so that you prove that you are older than 18. So therefore, we will extend also the use cases where these services can be used.
There's just an additional random question that comes up, because we also once with a guest had a discussion from the Swiss government, from the SECO, about the e-identity, the e-ID basically in Switzerland. If you compare Switzerland, to Estonia, we are probably a bit behind, or a bit more than just a bit. In what way would that also affect your business if they would be suddenly a government-released digital identity? Would you still need your services? Would you need to adapt? How would that affect your future?
I think, first of all, that would be great. And I believe that we would be there to actually provide parts of it, because I have to say that, okay, Estonia, true, is very far, but setting up something like this is quite complex, and it's not to be underestimated at any level. On the other hand, I think Switzerland is moving relatively quickly in that direction compared to other countries, and I hope it will get there very soon. As you might know already, we are the technical provider for Swiss ID. So I do hope that we will get there together with them.
Fantastic. So the future is bright, I would say. And now we also want to know a bit more about you, Roxana, as a person behind the company. And therefore, we prepared some rapid fire questions for you. The first one, where you can make a selection, thinker or maker?
Yes, I think both. I thought about it, but it's really both. Sometimes I'm more the thinker, sometimes I'm more the maker. I prefer
so you need to have both as an entrepreneur.
Yes, I really, it depends on the occasion, on the situation. I really like much more to think about, to be the thinker, but just doing that doesn't give me satisfaction, so I need to be the maker. So it's really half-half for me.
Fair point. And for you, leader or team player?
I think also both, depends on the situation. I wouldn't like to be a leader without being a team player. And
that's a very good point, yeah. The next one, holacracy or hierarchy?
Okay, here is straighter. I do prefer holacracy. I really am all for holacracy. The only issue I have with that is that I think in big scales, this doesn't work, unfortunately. Like worldwide or big enterprises, I think many have tried and have failed so far. So it would be great if it works out.
True. Do you think that there's a reason why it doesn't work for larger scale organizations?
Yes. First of all, it's the mentality that usually people have, the nature of big mass people is in our nature that you need to have some kind of guidance to a certain level. And it's also how we grow up. I think it comes a lot with that. Imagine if we would all be very independent, very self-disciplined, very self-driven, holacracy would work. But this is not how human beings work in great scales, and it's also the platform, how the society is built right now. I think it's not there yet to sustain this kind of organization.
Right. I think these would be interesting topics or thoughts to have a separate episode about, probably one day.
Sure. Yeah.
So the next one for you, niche player or global leader?
Global leader.
That's exactly the path for you right now, right?
Yes. Even though niche player, so that's my first rapid answer to that. Even though niche player is really, it has its charm. If you really touch a certain very important topic, but yeah, global player would be the first answer for me.
Perfect. And now let's also talk about COVID. So the first one, COVID winner or COVID loser?
I thought you'd ask positive or negative. For us, amazing. It's actually winner, and very fortunate for that. There are a lot of businesses affected by it today due to the nature of our services. We are not in that category, and also our customers are not in that category. So we have been so far fortunate in that matter.
Perfect. We keep our fingers crossed that it stays that way.
Thank you.
And the last question for you today, COVID credit, yes or no?
No.
If you belong to the winners, then it's not necessary, right?
Yes, I think we wouldn't even have qualified. We made an inquiry, it was like, okay, then we said, okay, leave it for those that need it.
Absolutely. Hey, Roxana, that was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for sharing your journey and your thoughts. And we wish you and Pixel Vision all the best with the scale up on your path to global leadership, basically, and hope to read, listen, and see much more about your company in the future.
Thank you, Silvan. You too. Thanks for the time. And I really hope that the experience you had will not happen again.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, you can support us by rating our show on Apple Podcasts. This way, we can reach an ever-growing number of aspiring entrepreneurs.